Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So we're here for our part 2 of our using our Christmas freebie papers, and we've just been making this little kind of folio-y type thing. So I've literally just yesterday, or you know, in the last part, it was yesterday for me, but they may go up on the same day. I just literally popped this envelope down, and then we've got this kind of foldy effect going on. So just move my camera slightly. So what I'm going to do is just underneath here, so let me just hold that out of the way. I'm just going to use up this kind of scrap here, which, you know, we'd kind of partially use this for something else. So I'm just going to cut this down like that. And then we can just make this as a little sort of pocket here, which then covers that envelope flap. So we're just going to have that like that. And I might put a thumb hole, I think, in there. So I'm just going to see roughly the middle. Oops. Trying to keep my head out of the camera. It's not great when you're trying to see the middle of the piece. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that's more or less the middle. Yeah. So I'm just going to have that kind of stuck down here, I think. And that looks quite nice. Now I'm just wondering whether I could have a little foldy piece coming over there as well. So let's just chop this down. I don't know whether I would use this, but we'll have a look whilst it's here. So I'm just going to fold that over like that. Okay. Okie dokie. Right. Ooh, where have I put my bone folder now? Oh no, don't let me lose the second one. That other one never did turn up, would you believe? No, it never did. Right, here we go. So let's squash this down. Like that. And then just going to hook that on over here. Oops. Just checking that I wouldn't prefer it maybe at the side. Yeah, I think I prefer it at the side actually. So I'm just going to literally glue that down so that it's hooked on over the side. Now I might need to just trim that up slightly. It looked a bit lopsided, so okay. Oops. Just trim it down a little bit more. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to glue that on there. Oops. Wow, a lot of glue came out then, didn't it? So just mop that up a little bit. Okay, so I mean really I'm just using up things that are kind of laying about. So obviously we'd partially used this coffee dyed paper, and so, you know, this card, so it's just great to be able to use the rest of it really. And I do like to have lots of little foldy, you know, interesting pieces. It's you know, what makes it nice to look through things, isn't it? So yeah, that's going to go here with the envelope over the top, and then that one like that. So that looks quite nice, doesn't it? So I'm just going to glue this one down now onto the actual folio itself. Oops, like that. Okay, right. Again, I think it was a little bit heavy-handed with the glue. Tuck that up there. Now you just need to be a little bit careful if you're doing this, because if you go a little bit too close to that fold, you know, you're going to compromise the ability to actually fold it over. So I don't want to be too far, see, like that. if I'd have just been a fraction over to the left, it would have then not really wanted to fold at all. So like that. Okay, and then just squish it down everywhere around. Like that. Push it down. Now, I'm also wondering whether I could actually have like a little pocket hidden under here. I don't know whether that might just look really strange, but let's just have a look. Might look a bit too strange. So let's just cut this out. I could do with printing a little bit more. You know, printing another copy and maybe on some more thicker paper. So that's quite nice on there, isn't it? Yeah, quite like that. So I'm just going to rough the edges up of this. Like that. And then again, I'm going to just layer it up on the bit of book page. And then we just have a little bit of consistency going on really between all the bits that we've got on here. So we just then pop that down like that. Okay, right. Squish that down like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut that out. Okie dokie. And then I'm just going to rough around those edges and ink it up before we glue it down. So okay. I apologise for it being so dark. It's one of those just really dark, horrible days. So yeah, I hope that the lighting's okay. I really wanted to be able to get this done, you know, so as we do the full project, to be able to upload, you know, hopefully all on Christmas Day. So okay, so that looks quite pretty, doesn't it? So I'm going to have that there, and I might just stamp in the corners, maybe a couple of little you know, corner stamp pieces. So just going to take my, well, I was thinking I'm going to take my black, but actually I'm now thinking maybe black is a bit too much. Perhaps I should take my brown. So I'm just going to get the brown instead. Just sort of thought actually the black might just be a bit too sort of dark. So I'm just going to take my brown. So this is Timber Brown Stays On, this particular colour. Just looking for my kind of quite delicate looking corner stamp, which I keep sort of lots of these little clear stamps. My favourites I just keep here in my drawer on my desk. And now of course I can't find it. Oh, there we go. I knew it was in here. It was just a case of actually spotting it. So just do, I think we'll do all four corners. Yeah, let's do all four. Like that. And then just here. Okie dokie, right. Now, if you've done horrible stamping like me, you might be able to just go in down the edge like that and just kind of fill in any gaps where you just, you know, didn't do a great job. You probably stamped fine, but yeah, I didn't do a great job. So just filling in any gaps like that. Okay. And then that can just go down like that. So just going to ink it up a little bit more just in the middle. Okay, let's just glue that down. like that. Okie dokie. And just then stick that down there. Just like that. So looks really pretty. Okay, I will put something here, but I haven't quite decided what yet. So that's how it's going to be. Do we want it? Yeah, probably that on top of there. Love this frame, so I'm going to have this frame somewhere. Now again, do we want to have anything coming out under that frame? So any of the kind of decorative paper coming out behind it. Or do we want to have it kind of more just as it is? Let's have a look. Sorry, my ring just bashing against the camera holder, not the actual camera. I'm just wondering whether we could have... I mean, I quite like it with and I quite like it without. Let me stand up and look down. Oh, I think with, actually. Otherwise it's a little bit too plain, isn't it? So yeah, let's just pop that down. Okay, like that. Again, just squish that down there with my dry wipe. And I just then vintage photo that up as well. Okay. Yep, that looks nice. Now, do we want any book page or anything on there as well? Let's just have a look. Just tear this down. I mean, I know it's sideways on, but does that matter? I always just think more is more, so I'm just going to ink this up and then we'll pop that down as well. Okie doke. Okay, and down there like that. Okay, right, and we're going to have the frame. Excuse me. I have got just a horrible frog in my throat, so yeah, I do apologise. Okay, I've got this lace. Now, do we want to have the lace kind of behind there or anything? Or we could have some more of this lace, which we've been using quite a bit. So let me just grab a piece of this. Again, I'm just going to take the header part off. Just love what it does to the lace. It just kind of makes it all, you know, frayed and a bit more lifelike, I suppose, in the corners. Okay, I quite like it like that, I think. So just going to fabric tack that down. Okie doke, let me just give my fabric tack a shake because I haven't used it yet today. Okay. To do with refilling my bottle here, so just bear with me for a minute. Okay, so I'm just going to put that like that. And then we're just going to have the frame on the top. And as I say, I mean, this is just a stamped frame. So, you know, if you haven't got anything like this and you're wanting to do something very similar, you know, maybe you could look and see if there's anything on Google Images or, you know, something like that that you could use. Alternatives, you could maybe use something like a, you know, an ornate door. If you had a picture of an ornate door from a book, or, you know, again from Google Images or something like that. You know, all those kinds of things would work quite nicely. Or alternatively, you could use something like a photograph, you know, a photograph of a person, you know, black and white preferably, or, you know, sepia or something. Then I think that would work really nicely too. Okay. Just make sure that's pressed down. Now I'm just pulling in because I've got some of my freebie butterflies. So, you know, I'm just trying to keep this using as many of the freebies really that are available on my website, because, you know, hopefully then in the most part, this is going to be completely accessible for everyone. So I'm just having a look through my butterflies to see what other ones I've got from the freebies. Got this one. Okay, right, let's just have a look. I don't know really whether I want or / need a butterfly on here, but let's just ink this up in case. Okay. I mean, he has got a bit of a blue tinge to him, but I don't think it's too bad. To be honest, I don't know really whether I actually even want him on there at all, but, well, I'll keep him there for just in case in a little while. Yes, we have the orange one. Or do we think that's a bit too much of a contrast? But then we've got that brown stamp, which is a sort of orangey brown. So... oh, I'm not sure. Well, we might have him up here on the envelope, because of course I also had cut out this and just mounted it on the book page. So we might decide to have him there. That might be better. Yeah, I think like that. Now, do we want to have some background page behind him? Again, let's just pull in a couple of the background papers. So I've got this one, which we haven't used yet. Again, let's just see if I can use my tear ruler. I'm not great with my tear ruler, especially when it's close to the edge, which of course this is close to the edge. So fingers crossed that this is going to go okay. Okie dokie, whoops, come on. Oh, well, it was okay, but obviously I'm not on something flat here because I'm resting on that folio. So of course that then didn't go so brilliantly then. So I'm just going to tear it down, yeah, kind of here-ish, I think. Oh, well, that went a bit better, didn't it? It sounded more like everyone else's sounds when they use theirs. So I'm just going to tear off the bottom. I wonder whether it's easier to use it upside down, because it's got this cork bit, but you know, that actually just kind of means you're a bit raised. I don't know whether this is going to look very good here, but just tear across there. Might look terrible, but who knows? Won't know until we try, will we? So, I mean, I quite liked it as the plain envelope, I've got to be honest, but then it just depends really what type of thing, you know, what type of look we're going for. I mean, it's a little bit plain with the plain envelope, so let's ink this up and, you know, go for this as well. So just a bit more interesting, isn't it? You know, oops, sorry about that. It's the door. That's fine. My husband's working from home. He'll be able to grab the door, so that's fine. Okie dokie. Right, I'm just going to glue this down here. Let's just wipe my glue nozzle. Okay, there we go. Right. Oops, and we just pop this one down. Oh, nearly had it upside down there. Okay. Oh, that looks really pretty. Yeah, I'm glad that I've gone with that now. Because otherwise we just had a lot of colourless bits, which I know obviously lots of people really like. But I just can't ever quite help myself but to go with the colourful option. So, yeah, quite like having a bit of colour there. And then on the facing page, we could just have a bit of, you know, something on that envelope, which of course is presently colourless also. Not that piece. Yeah, I'm going to have to print some more paper, I think, in a minute. So I'm just wondering whether if we have this one on there. So let's just tear that down. Like that. Oh, that looks so pretty, doesn't it? These colours are really very pretty, I have to say. I mean, no good if you're not really a sort of pink person, I guess, but I mean, they are very, very pink, obviously, but they've got quite a vintagey, you know, brown kind of effect as well. So they're not kind of like really horribly girly. They're, you know, I think they've captured kind of the best of both worlds. Right, yeah, I like that. Now, still mucking about with that butterfly look. I kind of, it's going to be one of those things that I just constantly keep on pulling in every 5 seconds. Okay. And I also need to print off some more of the dictionary definitions, which again, obviously you can get the freebie friends and family version on my website as well. So, you know, I really am trying to just stick with the free stuff so that you can really, you know, go to town making this project if you want to. Okay, right, I'm going to pop that lace down. Oops. So if you're watching this on Christmas Day, I'm wondering, have you overeaten? Are you feeling kind of sick from all the food you've eaten? I can be very gluttonous, I must say, on Christmas Day. And yeah, I often kind of go to bed feeling pretty sick because I've overeaten. And yeah, one year I was actually was ill from overeating. So, you know, that night I often feel like I'm going to be, but yeah, one year I actually was. So I never know when to stop, you know, kind of, if the food's there and it's really yummy, I just keep on going back to it and eating it. And I think what happens, you know, once you have the Christmas tea, I kind of then go savoury, sweet, savoury, sweet, savoury, sweet. And of course, you know, mixing up those combinations, they're just then, it's a recipe for disaster. So, yeah, I hope that you're not feeling horrible, having overindulged, but I can't be the only person who that type of thing happens to, I'm sure. Right. I've also got these little ones, so I'm just going to cut those out. Okay. Okay, let's just, again, just rough this up a little bit. Okay, get rid of those papers, and yeah, I might have her down there, I think. So let's just grab in my blendy tool. Oh yeah, she looks pretty there, doesn't she? And do we want to have any background page around her? I don't know whether we do, but let's just have a look. I mean, this obviously was just a scrap, but again, just trying to use up everything so as I'm not kind of wasting bits. But you know, sometimes it comes to the point where if it's just not the right piece, you can't make it fit, can you? But actually, I don't mind that there. I think that looks okay. Yeah, it looks better there than not there, doesn't it? So let's just ink around here. Okay, and we just glue this one down. Okey-doke, pop that there. And just checking where this is going to go so that I, you know, haven't kind of put it in the wrong place that then she's not going to fit. So, oh, I do apologise for my frog in my throat. It's very irritating. Okay. There we go. Just pop her down like that. And then, do we want to have any lace or anything like that around? I mean, lace is always a good thing, I think. So let's just see if we want any more. And this side, oops. Maybe up the top even. Looks quite nice, or maybe down the edge. Did I not ink this piece of paper? I don't think I did. I was just looking at it and I thought, oh, I don't think I actually inked that. Okay. So just ink around there, like that. That looks better. And I think actually I'm going to just have some lace here going off to the side. Yeah, that looks pretty. So again, just then dab my glue on there. Okie doke. Put that down like that. And that's, you know, I've almost kind of done a little bit of a ruffle there. It's not quite flat, but that's quite nice, I think. It's just got a little bit of dimension then. Oh, I'm still pulling those butterflies in. I mean, again, what I probably should do is go and print some more because I might have others that go better, but now I'm wondering whether I should tuck this envelope flap under the butterfly, because then that would just, you know, hold it down in place. So I think that's actually what I'm going to do. Yeah, let's do that. And then I've managed to use that little butterfly. Okay. So we just want his wing there, just holding that down. Okay. Just check it's not going to be glued down into the wing. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so I love how that looks. Okay, I had a rummage on my desk and I found my dictionary definitions. I knew that I had them there somewhere. So I'm just going to cut one or two out. And we can pop these down. Okay. Oops. Little stray piece of paper there. So again, just going to rough up those edges. Okay, so I'm going to put it there, I think, under that butterfly wing, but under the envelope. So just move that envelope out of the way. I just ink this up a little bit before gluing it down. Okay, so that looks quite sweet, doesn't it? And just going to glue that down. Okie dokie. Okay, and then that just obviously tucks in behind there. So yeah, looking pretty now. I'm really liking how it's coming along. Now, just wonder whether we want to have another definition maybe here on the front of here. So let's just trim out this one. Okay. Trim that down like that. Again, just rough that up and then ink around there. It might be too big. Might be too big for here, I'm not sure. Let me just ink it up, because obviously at the moment it's, you know, it's looking quite bright and the rest is all looking quite grungy and, you know, well inked and vintage. So let's just have a look. Oops. Or perhaps it's better over here. Oh, I don't know now. Or perhaps there. Perhaps there is better actually. So just going to glue this piece down. Okay. Like that. Okay, so that looks gorgeous, doesn't it? So obviously we need to make some tags and things like that to put in here, but definitely, you know, it's a good start. Haven't done anything on the back yet, and we haven't done anything on these bits here. So we want to obviously decorate these little bits up as well. So let's just get some of our bits and pieces and do some decorating here. So let me just tear that down a bit thinner. It's a bit wide for that piece at the moment. Okay. So I'm just going to glue that down there. Okay. That's it. And we will just glue that one down like that. And again, just take some ink and ink that up. Now, have we inked the inside of this? I don't think we have inked this at all. So again, I'm just going to go round the edges, because we gessoed on here, but we haven't inked it. So just give it a bit of ink all everywhere. Okay. Okie dokie, right, that's that bit done. And then let's just see what we're going to put on there. So this is printed on copy paper rather than thick or thicker paper. Let me just see what I've got left on the thicker paper. So we've got this lady, she's very pretty, isn't she? So we'll just trim her down. We'll just rough her up and ink around her. Yeah, she looks nice on there, doesn't she? So we'll just ink around her now. Like that. Okay. Just wondering whether I might prefer her on the back actually, just to kind of break her up a little bit. And then I wonder whether we could have one of our flowers from this darker kind of on here. Might not work. Let's just have a quick look through, see what else I've got here. What's this piece? Just forgetting now what I've actually got and what I haven't. So, right, let's cut out a couple of these tickets. Okay. So we've got that one. Just see. I could have that down there. Let me just ink that up now. And some book page. Where's the book page? That's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah, I quite like that. So, okay, let's have a bit of a look and see what else we might like. So I'm just going to again just take some of that lace and just again try and tear that header piece off. I might have to get it started with the scissors. Okay. And the other side. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Yes, I quite like that, I think. Quite nice. And do we want anything else? What did I just think? I suddenly then thought, oh, we need something there. And now, of course, my mind's gone blank. I don't know what I actually thought I did need there. And we've got some paler page here, which we could kind of break her up with a bit. It's quite nice, isn't it? Right, let's do that. Okay. So we just pop that down there, and again I'm just going to ink around it. Okay, and then we're just going to pop that lace down, running down that side. So again, just using my Fabri-Tac here. Let's just see where I need to glue down to. Okay. Oh, come on, glue. Stop messing about. Oh, come on. Come on, come on. Oh, that's very annoying that the glue is now mucking about, so just then pop that down there. Oops, like that. And then I'm going to have her there. I'm going to just hot glue her down because then that's just going to hold that lace down and glue her at the same time. So just nice and quick. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to stick the book page down. I just stopped because my son had the day off work today, so we just went for a walk. So I'm a bit chilly now. I've taken my cardigan off because obviously I got quite warm on the walk, but now I've got back in, I'm feeling a bit chilly. I might have to put my cardigan back on after all. Let me just ink around here. Okay, then we're just going to have the ticket here and the butterfly, I think. And let's have a bit of lace somewhere. So we've got this lace here that we put on earlier. And I'm wondering whether we want to have some lace running right the way down here. So just trim that down. Okay, it's going over very black now. We were lucky on the walk because I haven't heard the weather forecast today, but it was looking sort of like rain the whole time. And we were lucky to get back and obviously not, you know, not have it rain. But it does look very black now. I think it's possibly going to rain now. Okay, right. Let's just see if we want this lace anywhere down here. Oops. So before we actually stick these couple of things on, I just want to check whether we want some. And if we do we want it here or do we want it here? Oh, I think that's quite nice. Yeah, definitely think that's the way to have it. So, okay, I should have left my glue kind of at least on its side. Okay. Okay, we just, come on, oops, just let that run down for a couple more minutes. Okie dokie. Pop that on like that. Okay. And then I'm going to stick the ticket on, I think on top of the lace. Yeah, on top of the lace. So I'll just have to wait for a couple of minutes for my hot glue to warm up. Just whilst I wait, I'm just going to just pop a little bit of glue underneath here. Come on, run down. Sorry, this is a bit like waiting for paint to dry, isn't it? Waiting for the glue to run down. Must remember to top this up when I finish the video in a minute. Okay. And then I'm just going to run some extra glue here. And here. Okay, right. Must remember to leave this on its side for the time being. Okay, my glue's heating up, so it won't be too long. So now we'll just move across to obviously this side, and we'll just put one or two things on these pockets as well. So again, probably want to have a little bit of decorative paper on here. So let's just see. I've got this floral, which is really pretty. I'm just going to tear that down. Okay, just tear that side off as well. Okay, just tear that down slightly more, like that. Okay, that's better. And then should we have a dictionary definition or something on there? So, friend, family, soulmate, endearment, caring, fondness. Should we have fondness? This might be going to be a little bit on the small side, so I might swap this for a different one in a moment. I'll just try it. Pop this on there. Okay, I'm going to try family, I think, because it's slightly bigger, and I'm just not sure whether I need something with a bit more impact here. So just cut that down like that. Okay, right. Yeah, I think it definitely needed a bigger sort of statement there. So we just, again, rough that up a little bit. Okay, so that looks good, doesn't it? And then on the top, you know, on this part of the pocket, I think maybe just some book page. So again, let me just see if I've got some laying about. Not that one, hold on. I'm being very pernickety here. I don't know whether that's really a word, but wanting kind of the same book page that I've been using for the rest of the project. I don't want it sort of not matching colour wise. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of make sure I had the right book page. And again, just tear that down. Just get rid of that side. Oops. There we go. Okay, so that looks quite nice, doesn't it? So I'm going to glue this piece down here. Like that. Okie dokie. And then I'm just going to glue this book page down. Okay. Oops. Like that. Okie dokie. Just press that down. And now actually my hot glue's hot enough so I can just, whoops, stick my ticket down. Oh, she says, maybe it's not. Hold on. Okay. Thought it must have been warm enough, but maybe not. Maybe it needs a couple more seconds. So just peel off that little bit of tiny bit of glue that did come out. Right, so on here we're just going to ink this up now. So again, just get my ink. Whoops, and we're just going to ink the dictionary definition here. Yeah, I'm really chilly, I must say. Feels very, very cold. I don't know what the temperature is today, but it's certainly not warm. That's for sure. So again, just ink around my bit of paper here that we've glued on. Ink around that book page. Okay. Right. And then that dictionary definition, maybe I should pop onto a bit of lace. So I'm just going to cut that around here. Okay, oops, like that, and then chop that down here. Okay. So that looks pretty, doesn't it? Wondering whether I might like a little bit of book page on there as well. So let me just check. Oops. Oh, I don't know now. Move it over there. Not sure. I wouldn't mind having a couple of flowers cut out and popped on here. Let's just try tearing this one down. Okay. Just going to tear around this. And as I said, I haven't you know, coffee dyed these papers or anything, but I'm sure that they would look super, super pretty if they were coffee dyed. So, you know, you can kind of mix and match and do some coffee dyed bits if you wish to do so. Right, just before I glue those bits on, I'm just kind of checking whether I might like any other bits. So again, just got this paper, which is just printed onto paper, not, you know, not thicker card or anything. Oops. But I'm wondering whether we could have it like that. In which case I think I'd want this on this side, with or without the book page, I'm not sure. Let's just tear that edge off. Okay, right. I'm going to stick the ticket down. Like that. Okay, pop the butterfly down. Like that. Okay, let's now put the book page down. Okie dokie. And then I'm going to just ink that book page up a little bit. Okie dokie, like that. And then I'm going to stick this one down here. That looks super pretty. Okay. Like that. And again, you know, that hot glue, that's just going straight through that lace and holding the lace down as well. So it's quite convenient, you know, just using the hot glue, because it really does make things nice and quick. Right, I'm going to just ink up this house now. Well, I know I keep calling it a house. I don't know whether it is a house, to be fair. But that's quite pretty there, isn't it? So again, just going to glue that down. Okie dokie. And just mop that up like that. And then I'm just going to ink this flower a little bit. Like that. And then we can just pop that flower down there. Okay. Oops. Okay, like that. Okay, dab that off, and okay, and then might just want a little bit of lace kind of maybe at the top of the pocket or something like that. So let's just have a look again. Oops. See whether we want any lace running across, or actually just hanging at the bottom might be quite nice too. So let me just snip that down. In fact, I'm going to try and tear this in half. Now this might just go to, you know, off to the side and just end up a slither of nothing, but we'll see. Perhaps I can try and guide it in the right direction. Oh, come on. Oh, it's getting really dark, so I'm going to have to put the lamp on, so I'll probably have to stop filming quite soon, because you know, it might just be that we're not really getting much vision now at all. Never sure how brilliant the lighting is when the lamp's on. Okay. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah, I quite like that, I think. So I'm going to have my 2 bits of lace kind of at the tops of the pockets. So this one here, just running across here. Okay. And then this piece here, we'll just have across here. Okie dokie. Like that. Okay. That looks super pretty. And then the only other thing that I think that I would quite like actually on this piece, you know, before we make any ephemera pieces and things, and again, you know, I'm not sure whether I will film that or whether I will kind of leave that then for you guys to kind of go it alone. But I'm just going to chop this down because I just wondered whether I might like something else up here. Because obviously you've got your two pockets here, but I'm wondering whether we might like, you know, something else up here so it's not completely plain and boring. So that's obviously a pocket. So we could have something that lifts up and tucks into here. That would be quite nice. Let's just see what I've got. Got that brochure, but it's very yellow, I have to say. Very yellow. What else have I got laying about? I've got some brown cardstock. That might just be too brown. Although, to be honest, I feel like that contrast of the brown is actually quite nice. It's hard to say because the lighting has obviously deteriorated to such an extent that, you know, sometimes you kind of think it looks great in one light, and then the next day, obviously in the, you know, the lighter day, you kind of think, oh no, what, you know, what was I thinking doing that? So yeah, I don't want to kind of make the wrong mistake just because it's quite dark here now, and actually in the daylight it would just look hideous. So I'll just squish this down like that. Now, if I tuck this in here, like that. Oops. Oh no, why is that not tucking down? Because I glued it together, have I? No. Oh, I don't know. Oh yeah. I think it's become a bit glued when I tucked the other flap in, so just, okay, open that up a little bit more. Right, so if this goes in here, no, still not. So let me just cut these at angles, and hopefully then it will slide in. You know, I might trim it down a bit in a minute, but just so that we can actually see what it looks like. There we go. Just wanted to be able to actually tuck it in here. So then would we want this folded up so it's a kind of foldy one, or should we just have it just a one, kind of a one flap? Well, it's quite nice folding over, isn't it? Again, just squish that down. Oh dear, big lump of hot glue there. Oh, and another. And then just wondering if we could just have those so tucked up like that. So so that would then tuck in like that. And then if we then had, say, a journaling card in that pocket, so if I just grab this, that would actually hold that flap down, which works quite well, doesn't it? So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Okay, let's just glue that down. Like that. Okay, and just squish that in like that. Okay, press that down with my dry wipe, and again kind of open it up so that, can you see the glue's like seeped out at the top? So if I left it closed, that would just have been, you know, damaging it completely. So we'll kind of leave it open, but that just looks great now. So still now thinking I'm going to put something here. I mean, honestly, you'd have thought that it would be now done, but no, I'm now wondering still about putting something else on there. Let me just ink up this butterfly now. Okay. Like that. I mean, that butterfly is maybe a little bit on the large side. Let's just check. So I've got this piece here. This may be a mistake, tearing this piece rather than cutting it, but we'll just try it out and see how it looks. Okay, well, I quite like that, to be honest. That looks quite pretty, doesn't it? And we could have a bit of paper behind there as well, kind of just layering that up. So let's just quickly ink this up like that. Okay, pop that down there. Again, just checking that that glue's not compromising that at all. So I have that there. And do we want to have that on a bit of paper as well? Just seeing what paper I've got kind of scattered around. So we could just have it on here, for instance. Okie dokie. And then I'm just going to tear it down here across the top. And then we will just tear it down the side as well. So just like that. Okay. So that will be like that. So that looks quite pretty, doesn't it? I don't know whether I might like to have anything else like in the corners of this, whether I'd want sort of any stamping or anything like that, but I think for the time being that looks okay. So let's just glue that down like that. Okay. And then I'll just ink this up quickly now. And then we'll just glue this one down as well. Whoa. Nearly dripped glue all over it. And obviously stranger things have happened, so yeah. It wouldn't have been beyond the realms of possibility, would it? Okay. So we'll just have that there. And then I've got a couple of dictionary definitions here that kind of are terrible ones, which I quite like using. So we could have that word devotion. Let's just tear that down. And again, just ink that up. That might be too much there. Oh, I'm not sure now. Just not sure. And that's quite nice down there, actually. Yeah, I might have to have it there, or I could have it here. I think there. So let's just... Again, I'm just hot gluing this just because it's really super fast. And sometimes just fast is what you need, isn't it? Okay, right. Still debating about this, whether I need something else there. If I do, I don't quite know what. But we might want to just finish that off with a little bit of lace, I guess. So I'm just going to chop that down. Well, that might be quite nice running down the side, actually. So let's just trim that down there. That side or that side. I mean, that butterfly is very monstrous, isn't it? Let me just, again, have a look and see if I've got anything else. Again, I'm trying to kind of use the ones that are in the freebie butterflies, so that, you know, if you haven't got any butterflies or anything, then this is hopefully a totally, you know, freebie project. In here, oh, perfect coloured one. Look, it's got pinks on there. Now I just totally obviously forgot that I had that one, because that one's a really good colour, isn't it? So yeah, that's quite a good one, to be honest. Right, still can't decide. Do I want the lace this side or that side? I think that side, weirdly enough. I know all the lace is kind of over there, but strangely, that seems to be what's looking best. I know that, you know, makes no sense really, and I'm kind of surprised, but that is the bit that sort of, or that is the way it seems to look the best. So okie dokie. Right, put that down there, like that. Again, just mop that up with some glue, some dry wipe. And then I think we'll have this pink butterfly just here, or we could even have it just off at the edge and literally cut in half. I quite always like the look of things like that, to be honest. Oh, let's just have it on here, okay, because otherwise I'm just in danger of just, you know, messing about. So we'll just pop that like that. Oops. Okay, so I like how that's all looking now, and so the only thing that we've got really left to do is the back half, and just to finish off this cover slightly. So just going to ink up the cover a bit like that, just very quickly around there. Okay. And then I think, let's just have a look and see if we want to have anything on the front in terms of the dictionary definitions. So again, just maybe have something like this. Okie dokie. I'll just put that in the bin. Well, the bag that I use for the bin. Then just rough this up. Ink that up like that. Okay. Oh, I was going to put it there and then suddenly realised I'm covering up those flowers completely. So yeah, that's just not great, is it? So I could have it there. Or down in the corner, I guess. And then I think what I'm going to do is just have some lace going straight down on the spine of there as well, which will just kind of, you know, finish that off really nicely. So we'll have that down there. Again, just hot gluing that nice and fast, and also, you know, if I don't press it too hard, it just gives it a little bit of a, you know, lifted dimension too, which is always quite nice. So then I've just got the back left to do. So again, I'm just going to ink around that in the first instance. Like that. Okay, now I have to say I'm quite often a bit funny and don't really overly decorate the backs of things. You know, I don't know why. I just feel, I guess, that it's the back, and so it seems strange to decorate, perhaps. So I might just have something very, very small and simple on the back. So let's just, again, ink this up. Like that. I mean, we could even have it just in the middle, you know, to finish that off. Bearing in mind, we're going to have the lace running down the spine. Oh no, we're not. Are we? No, we're not. We're not. But we might have some lace like that. And then I guess we could have something like that on the back. Or would we like it over to the side? Strangely enough, I quite like that, I think, over to the side. Just sort of looks quite pretty, doesn't it? I don't think we want any butterflies or anything, but I will just double check. Perhaps we do. Perhaps we do. Honestly, this must just be the most contradictions I've made, I think, making a journal. I seem to constantly be saying, oh, I don't think we want that. Oh, maybe we do. Maybe we do. Sometimes you just can't tell until you actually put them there. And then you kind of think, oh, actually, I quite like it there. So I'm just going to run this lace straight down this edge. Just on here. Like that. Oops. Like that. And then just trim that down here. And then this piece I'm going to have just with this little bit of lace kind of poking out. I mean, partly just using this up really, you know, gets it off of my desk, and then it's just gone, which is great. So again, I'm just going to hot glue this, and that will just go straight through the lace and kind of hold the lace and the piece down. Okay, like that. Just get that little bit of glue that was seeping out there. Okay. And then the butterfly. I know it is pretty monstrous, to be honest, but I quite like it. It looks quite nice, I think. Do we think? Are you all sat there thinking, what is she talking about? That's like ginormous on there. You probably are. You probably are thinking that, but perhaps we'll try a slightly smaller one. I mean, that one's quite nice too, isn't it? Yeah. So this butterfly, or, you know, when I decide on the butterfly, I'm going to stick it straight down because obviously this is the back, you know, technically this is the back cover. So I don't really want this kind of flapping around. Well, I mean, it's not that it was flapping around, but where it's likely to get caught and then pulled off. So I'm going to just glue the whole thing flat on there, because otherwise it's a little bit vulnerable for when you're putting this down, that it could get something caught and then get obviously, you know, pulled off. So that's that. And then I'm just going to finish it off by putting some lace along this side. So again, let me just tear off that other side of that header. Okay. And we're going to have that going like that down the side. Okay, so again, just, oops, wrong glue, wrong glue. Okay, just wait for that to run down for a moment. Come on, come on. Okay. Okie dokie, nearly there, nearly there. Honestly, it's like watching paint dry, isn't it? Okay, right, we are getting there slowly. Yeah, I really should have topped this up when I got back from the walk, but I totally forgot. Totally forgot until this moment, obviously, and now wishing that I had. Okay, so we just then pop this down here, like that. Oops, just checking to see. Just check that that's the right way up, okay. And then we just want it going over the fold like that. So it's not much over the fold, but just a tiny bit. Like that. Whoops. Like that. Because I might make a little journal to kind of hook over here with some elastic or something. So it's good, you know, kind of good practice, I guess, to reinforce the spine at least somewhere. But just in case you do want to do anything like that. Now I'm just going to do one last thing. I think put some lace up here on this envelope because I just think that needs a little bit there. So let's just, again, trim this down. Again, just trying to tear this in half, so I'm going to have to kind of guide it a little bit. So I don't just end up with a sort of slither of lace. Well, I have got just a bit of a slither of lace there. Can you see that? But it's fine. It, you know, it does the trick. It's still fine. So again, just going to attach the glue to the lace because obviously my lace is now a little bit funny shaped. So, okay. Like that. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Right. Love the colours of this, I have to say. It's very rich and, yeah, really, really, really nice. Looks very pretty. Okay. Did we want anything else on here? I've just got the word family. I'm just going to tear that. It might be too much, but let's just see whether this could go down here. On this piece. It's quite nice, isn't it? You know, because that's like a little family of birds, isn't it? So quite appropriate going there. Yeah, that's quite nice, isn't it? I think on that side. Okay, so again, just hot gluing that down for just speed, really. There we go. Okie dokie. So that's our front piece, our inside there. That's our back and obviously the inside here. So we've got quite a bit going on in here now. But equally, you know, might even make a little kind of journal to pop in here, just held in with some elastic or something like that. I'm not really too sure, but obviously I'm also going to just tuck in some journaling cards and things like that into the pockets. So yeah, hope that you're enjoying your free papers. Hope you're having a wonderful Christmas if you're watching this on Christmas Day. And yeah, hope that, you know, you're managing to make something nice and having a nice time. So would love to see pictures of anything that you make. You know, if you follow along with my project, I would love to see yours. Or if you are doing something of your own, you know, choosing, I would love to see that too. If you're a member of my Facebook group, then, you know, that would be a fantastic place to be able to post whatever it is that you've been making. So, yeah, thank you so much. And I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas. So, thank you so much. Bye.